Hi, this is Bradley David Good, and this is called Why Rye. I made some notes here, so I'll be reading my little script. I've been eating rye again, a lot lately. The raw primal diet can include starches. Agenus recommended to many that they eat starches. I have found it beneficial, and rye has been very good for my gut. It has not irritated my gut or given me gas. It has greatly improved transit time, bowel movements, and my gallbladder. And then this is from my journal back in December 18. I started keeping journals as I was reading Agenus books and Weston A. Price books. So I would keep journals about what I read and what I ate and what did me good and things like that. And I will release those journals at some point. I'm going through them again and making sure they're written properly and that there's not anything I don't want out there on the internet. But I will post them again, and I'm going to be doing videos about little segments of my journals sometime in the future. This is a little segment right here. This is from my journal from December 11th, 2018. Rye is a prebiotic, meaning that healthy bacteria thrive in it. It improves digestion, it is good for bowel health and function, and it's full of antioxidants and helps eliminate toxins. So in turn, it boosts immunity. It also helps prevent gallstones, which I've had a lot of trouble of in the past and even just recently. And in the past few days, I've noticed that I've had no pressure in my gallbladder area and that my sinuses are clearer and have always been when my gallbladder feels good. Rye reduces inflammation, improves metabolic function, and has a much lower glycemic index than wheat, so it does not spike insulin and is known for making one feel full and satisfied for a long period. It also helps with menopause. Rye grows with deep roots and grows fast, so is able to thrive in soils that other grains cannot, and pulls large amounts of nutrients from the soil. Because it is loaded with minerals and vitamins, it strengthens bones and teeth and improves skin and hair. That's the end of the info from my journal, and here are some other comments. I had paid at that time, during that time period, that winter, I was studying things. I had paid for the Heal Your Gut Guys course. And I remember him talking about different grains, and also he was talking about legumes and things. But when he got to rye, he showed a slide on the screen that had enormous numbers of minerals in rye. And I tried to find that on the internet somewhere, and I just wasn't finding anything. But he had these bar charts where the bars were just huge on rye, and that coincides with what I had read about rye on the internet and from, I think it was Weston A. Price's materials, and also in the Weston A. Price original book by the doctor. He talked about the Swiss Valley, where all they ate was rye and cheese and some meat. Like every week they would butcher sheep and divide it between families. But primarily they were eating a lot of rye, and they were healthy as can be, like some of the greatest athletes on earth and biggest, strongest people. So that really stuck with me about the rye, and I've had the same experience. I make my own, which you'll see a video of, and I also buy this really good one from the store. This is the rye that I buy, organic whole rye bread. There's another one by this brand that is not organic and it has more ingredients. I would not get that one. This one just has a few ingredients. There we go. So I feel really good eating it. I feel this taste of rye in my mouth, like minerals are hitting my tongue, like after I eat it even. Long after I eat it, I feel the taste and the feeling of rye in my body. Very similar to when I take an Epsom salt bath and I feel that mineral taste in my tongue after I've been laying in there for a while. So when you eat a high amount of minerals and you combine it with an animal fat like butter or butter with egg yolk or something like that, or even cheese, raw cheese, no salt, then the fat activators, as Weston A. Price called them, in the animal fats will activate those minerals better and they will absorb better into your body. So this combination makes a lot of sense to me. And that's what this video is all about. I feel really good on rye in every single way, and I feel like it makes me feel really healthy and good. It's definitely helping to solve my gallbladder issues. It's helping, one of those things is that it helps with the transit time. And I've always felt that when I have a quicker transit time, my gallbladder feels better, which makes a lot of sense. Just things not being backed up, right? Sitting in there too long. So I think that's everything I wanted to say about why rye. I wouldn't use rye that's mixed with other grains like wheat, and that's most of them in the store. So look for 100% rye, or look into making it yourself and grinding it right before you made it. There's a story of, I think it was Weston A. Price, but one of these guys, they went to the Native American, it was one of the native tribes, and they talked about grinding the flour ahead of time. Now, Weston A. Price's book is all about bringing modern foods into these native cultures and how in just one generation, the teeth were falling out of these people when they had literally almost no cavities before, like hardly ever had a cavity. They had these full wide faces, and then their next generation, in particular 2 generations, but even just the next generation, the faces were thin and crowded teeth, and all these teeth falling out after a while. And the modern foods were, the flour was ground way ahead of time. So this native says to them, no grinding ahead of time. You lose what's in there. He was very adamant about it, and I believe it, that you should have your grain be fresh. Don't buy too much at once, but it has this protective coating on it for a reason. It holds the nutrition, and as soon as you crack that and grind it, the clock starts ticking. And what helps is if you sprout it, the nutrients go up and the toxins come down. And then if you dry it and then grind it and then sourdough it. That also boosts the nutrients. So that's why rye. I hope you have a great day.